Hello traders, welcome back. Daily Market Analytics, Tuesday morning. I'm back on the euro versus the Canadian dollar. There is some interesting developments lately. I wanted to touch base on this one just to remind you, I have a short position here for about a week, right? And I was waiting for quite some time for the Euro Canadian to get in order, to get in the right position to strike, because the big picture suggests that there's a good chance that price will begin the move, right? To begin to move, meaning begin to build another downside trend. So it came from above, right? There was a pretty consistent move all the way down, and ever since February, price started to trade sideways. Now, I was watching very closely on this particular key level. Take a look, 150.71 here. That was my main point of reference, and I was waiting for price to show some strong indication that it's going to end that sideways movement and begin to move downwards as expected. And I got that signal probably about a week ago when price was crossing. Take a look at this particular day, was breaking below 50.71. Also breaking below the 200 daily moving average. You can see how strong resistance it was all along, and that's where I started. That's where I opened fire for the first time. Later on, price actually remained a little bit above 50.71 for a couple of days, and then it crossed back below. But here it was actually given a strong sign. Take a look at how that particular day actually started on the upside and eventually just left a tail spiking both the 200 daily moving average and that key level at 50.71. And we also had another confirmation about 2 days ago when price was yet again starting on the upside, challenging that area once more, but we can see the failure and the turnaround. So at this point, I'm pretty convinced that the 50.71 was able to hold. Right, it held its ground, even though we can see some violation coming from the daily perspective. Just take a look at this area here, how it looks like from the weekly perspective, and let me zoom in a little bit so we can see how much respect price paid for that 50.71. That's why I was so eager to pull the trigger, and I was waiting for quite some time for price to actually break free out of this area. I mean, we're still there. Obviously, we've just made it to the first price target, right? 49.78 is one of 3 targets that I have here. The first one was just hit, and I actually took some profit off the table. I took about 30%. I closed about 30% of the position. As you can see, I'm still very much in, right? Because I think, as I've mentioned, this is the first target. I think price will be able to break through. According to the big picture, let me just give you a quick overview here. I'm going to have to switch to the monthly chart actually. And here what we're following up here mostly is the blue setup. Blue setup that represents this particular formation, right? So I've just counted 4 legs. And this should be the 5th. So we're already in the middle of producing the 5th leg. We've seen the first downside segment followed by a technical upside correction, and now I suspect that we're building up the next downside segment, still part of that same downside leg, which would be the 5th leg once we land right here around that area, starting with the level of 43.89. Now 43.89, that's our final destination, right? So that's an ambitious move, to say the least, what we expect here. But as you can see, we've just landed on the first target at 49.78, and you can see that this is a strong support. Price is actually battling its way right now as we speak. So it is critical that price will make it break below 49.78, and then we'll focus on the next target at 47.56 before focusing on the last final destination at 43.89. Stop loss level is still at 52.50. That's my initial placement, but I think it's time to adjust that level pretty significantly. I will probably push the stop loss level around 51.50, so 100 pip of an adjustment for the stop loss level. That's my next move, and it should be really interesting to see how price is going to handle that 49.78 that it's trying to challenge right now. That's about that for the euro versus the Canadian, guys. We're very much bearish on the situation. I'll come back and keep you posted. See you in the next one.